very, very alien. Very, very alien. But I think we're working. Are we online? That's your normal bit to check for us.
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for us to actually go live. So this tells us a delay, and it's just about to start. There we go.
Perfect. This could be the first one that's going to work as it should do. We did a little test, or I did a little testing earlier on today from the track just to try and make sure it's working. But we've fallen foul many times before. But touch wood, we're starting 2022 in the right way. So on that note, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yes, it's well, we've got drink.
Good health and all that. What have you got?
I can hear someone shouting at someone.
Oh.
Hold on.
Good evening and Happy New Year to everybody on the side.
Sounds like two people were fighting out the front of my house.
And were they?
No, I can hear but can't see them. Anyway, moving on. Happy New Year. Yes, we're here. We got a beer, and I've got a bit of a weird beer today.
Oi, look at that. Why do you possess such a thing?
Well, because I did a New Year's resolution, like we all do, to not drink for a while. I went out this weekend as a birthday thing, as you know about.
Yes.
But apart from that weekend, I haven't drunk this year, so I'm carrying it on now until the next time.
So you had a cheap weekend, and now you're back on the not drinking January.
That's it. Yeah, the cheap one. They still haven't got this alcohol-free thing right, have they?
I wouldn't be able to comment on that, mate, because I haven't tried one. Well, not since I was a thing.
They got a weird taste to them. There's something not right about them. Oh, John's gone. Looks like it's just me. It's going to be a one-way conversation if it carries on like this. I think I'm going to win all the arguments. Oh no, he's back.
I'm back, I think.
You disappeared.
Yes. Am I? I'm actually not on my screen. Am I on your screen? Am I working?
You're on my screen, but frozen. And it looks like you're frozen also in the YouTube live.
Okay.
You did screw us by saying that you think it's going to go well tonight.
Yes, I did. I think I might be back.
Yeah, you're unfrozen now on mine.
Perfect. Marvelous. So no, I've not had the pleasure of the 0.0 beers, and I probably won't for a while. I haven't made any New Year's resolutions like that, but you have to let me know how it goes.
I wouldn't bother, mate, to be honest.
We'll skip straight past it. So anyway, you had a good weekend. It was good. I know you're out for a big 50th birthday, so congratulations on that, buddy. You had a nice time.
It wasn't my birthday.
Oh. You sure?
I'm chasing 50, but I'm still a while off that one. Yeah, it was good, man. You know, it's a nice little treat. Something I don't normally do. Obviously, we're normally racing at weekends, so it was nice. Celebrated with friends, and yeah, we had a good time. Saw some things I don't normally see, but you know, I missed racing, and you guys were at Westmill.
We were at Westmill, and we'll cover that. We've obviously started 2022 with a busyness. I think we've had 3 races so far. 2 at Westmill, 1 at ours previous weekend, which is very muddy, which again we'll cover in a minute or 3. But yeah, 2022 has definitely started in a busy fashion, and I'm sure from here on in it's going to be pretty much flat out. I know you're off to EOS, aren't you, this weekend? So you have to factor in all that 10 scale stuff too. Lots of busy weekends.
This is my calendar, and it's pretty full on. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
we have one weekend off in May, and then you know it's full on until mid-September.
Wow. I feel the pain because we live it, but we love it, so we shouldn't complain. And it's good that we're out doing all these races and stuff. It's been first time having a busy winter for a while, actually, isn't it? For a couple of years for obvious reasons. So good to be back out there. You've got the EOS, as we just said, and then obviously we've got Montpellier as well coming up soon. Hopefully, if we can work ourselves out on how we're going to get there and all that other good stuff, which is still a little bit challenging. Be awesome to be there. They had their warm-up week meeting at the weekend. Did you see that?
I saw most of the results. Well, I saw who won and come second and third, but yeah, I didn't know where I could follow it online, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, it was quite difficult to follow online, but it was good to Good to see the 6 mix tyres were still the flavour of the month for everybody, which is good.
There were a few people had to scratch on as well, I saw.
Yeah, and I run the scratch for the first time at the weekend. We tried it in qualifying 3 on the concept car. They were good, really easy to drive. Perhaps not quite as quick as a Magma on that particular day on that condition, but certainly very easy to drive. And I think there'll be a popular choice for the club guy or someone that doesn't want quite that real super aggressive feel of a Magma. So it's a really good replacement to the weapon, in my opinion, in the range. And there was no wear on them either. So it's looking like they're going to be a really good finals tyre, which is obviously what 6 Mix guys are trying to do with that pattern. So really, really positive on that. It's good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving them a go.
We will be giving them a go with yourself very, very soon. So we better do a couple of quick shout-outs, fast shout-outs. We're going to try and be a bit more snappy with our shows so we don't drag them on so much. But who have we got watching, Leroy? Tell us.
Well, let me do a shout-out. I haven't done one for a while. I might be rusty. I apologise already. So we had a few people online before even we were. So Kev Brunston TQ this evening. He says, good evening from Kev, Claire and...
Elise.
Elise. Ivan is online. He says, hi all.
Good evening, Ivan.
Evening, sir. Ben Johnson. He was on there. He says, hi all. Number 93 is here. So he's given himself a number. I think he thinks he's Marquez. That was his number, wasn't it?
It was at the Butchers, I think.
It what?
It was at the Butchers. I think he took ticket number 93 at the Butchers.
The ham is ready. Jordan Young is online, although he thinks he's Yo-Yo because he says yo-yo-yo.
Yo-Yo. Good to see these guys all back again for a bit more punishment with us too.
Yes, it was. It was good to see some faces we hadn't seen for a couple of months at our track, so it was great. Jonathan Wolf is online. He says, evening all.
Good evening, JJ.
Wolfie. Yayan, the real Yo-Yo, he says, yo-yo, what's good, boys? It's been a while. Yeah, he's not left Wales for a while, that guy.
Wow, on a tour.
Yeah. Homeboy RC, evening, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary people. Good to see you all back.
Perfect.
Andy B says, Happy New Year, one and all. It feels like New Year's was so long ago, doesn't it?
It does.
Winston Barnett, he's online. Winnow, he says, good evening, fellas.
Good evening. It was good to see Win the other weekend as well with Dave Blakely at the Nemo round. So, yeah, good to see you online, mate.
Always good to see him. And they were the last to leave the track as well.
Yes, absolutely. Neil
Kapoor is online. He says, Happy New Year, Team Nemo. What can we expect in 2022? Good
evening, Neil. Lots and lots of stuff coming for us this year. This is probably our biggest year in the history of Nemo, I think, with many things, including at the track as well. So we'll cover some of those over these next few weeks, I guess. Yes, definitely. Yaz is online. Our live show has now started, so it's people that have jumped on after we started. So Yaz says, evening, guys. Good evening, buddy. Marcus Butler says, good evening, guys. Good to see him back. Good evening. Martin Walters, evening all. Wolfie's on again. He says, Happy New Year to you too. Tim Simpson says, good evening, guys. Welcome back. Thank you very much. We've missed you, Mr. Simpson. Timo, well, you've only missed him for less than 24 hours. I haven't seen him for a while. In the online life, we've missed him. We have indeed. Channel. I say a while. It was last week that I saw Tim. So, it's always a pleasure. Big Si is online and says, evening, folks. Great to see the show back. Thank you very much. Thank you. We had a bit of a rest, but we're going to be kicking it hard this year. This is a bit of a soft launch. Leroy said to me this morning, should we do a live tonight? It's like, okay, let's see if it all still works. And here we are. Here we are. We're getting back into these things. Casey Harrington says, just here for that A422 release date. Nice. Might be a few more episodes in. No, it's going to be updated into something slightly different to that. So it's going to be 99% sure the N1, as obviously we've had a fairly large influence in what's going on with all of this. And yeah, so I think it will become the N1 and an N1R as we move through the incarnations through the years, and we tend to then bundle of its life, all the bits and pieces in a box. But yeah, N1 I think is what it's going to be called. There you go, you heard it here first.
Andy B says, here we go. Obviously, we were just starting. Peter Harder is online. He says, evening, guys.
Good evening, Peter. Good to see you online. Hope everything's going good. And Peter, one of the new guys for this year, and doing a sterling job getting used to his new ride. So hopefully we're going to see you guys at our Easter race. That would be mega.
So, and for anyone that doesn't speak Dalek, John says, welcome, Peter. He's just got onto the A319 package. It's been awesome to talk to Peter. Actually, he gives me some very in-depth reviews and feedback of the car, which obviously we're trying, if he has something he needs to improve on the setup, we can help. And also likewise, when he has nice things to say about the product, it's also good to hear. So thank you very much.
Nice.
Andy B says, what's the difference between a chickpea and a lentil?
Go on.
Never had a lentil on my face.
Jesus Christ.
I like that one. That was good. Peter Van Tonder is online. He says, hey, gents, nice to see you again. What up in Nemo land?
PVT was rocking the 225, one of the fastest motors at Westmill over the weekend. Leroy, you wouldn't have seen it, but that thing was ripping.
Ripping. I like it, man. He leaned it out then. Did he do a Leroy?
We did a lean it out Leroy on it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We have a pretty special guest online. We haven't really said anything about this yet, but I feel we need to. So Carlos Jurez is online.
Hey, Carlos, good to see you, buddy. Well, you better. This is all your hard work, Leroy. So that's my drum roll that I can do.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I guess we can say, or should we do a proper announcement? I think everyone can guess what we're on about.
Yeah, we'll do a proper announcement. But yeah, Carlos, great to see you online, and we're going to be with you in a couple of weeks at our first big race together. So it's super exciting stuff.
Yes, indeed. Martin Hart is online. Evening, chaps.
Action man.
Sylvan is online. Bonjour.
Looking forward to seeing Sylvan very soon too, and bonsoir.
And there's another superstar in our midst. It's Jamie Clancy. He says, hello.
Oh, Clancy, he's been late for the last couple of weeks with his new ride. Obviously, one of the big changes over the winter season was Jamie to Mugen, and obviously the Skidmore was away from Mugen, which was also a surprise. And we've had the opportunity to pick up Jamie on the Six Mix team, which again, Leroy, I know you've been instrumental in making that happen, and part of the factory team for Six Mix. So yeah, awesome to see. He's done 2 races so far, and I think he's TQ'd and won both of those. So it doesn't get much better than that. So good to see you online, mate.
Yeah, man. Well done, Mr. Clancy, sir, especially for the weekend. We'll talk about it shortly, I'm sure. Jonesy Cram is online. Now, I don't recognise this name, Jonesy Cram. Can you enlighten me?
Yeah, I think it's something backwards.
Me too. Just still can't write this. Maya Kanzumazio. That's his name.
That sounds like JQ's next new car coming up very soon.
Doesn't it just? He says, oi, oi, took me 0.05 seconds to change your diff today, John.
So Mr. Jones very kindly wanted me yesterday with a concept car, so a big thank you for that, and offered to give it a service, as it had done probably 4 days without being looked at. Still from South Coast Leroy with you, and then what I did over the weekend as well at Westmill. And so, yeah, Mr. Jones is referring to the easy access diffs, which we are going to do a video of very soon. It's going to be one of the first videos that we show of the concept car, or the N1, because it is an absolute pleasure to work on. So quick to get the diffs out. So we're going to do a little teaser video of that coming up soon. I think we'll stop watch it. I think we're at under 30 seconds as a serious number from start to finish of wanting to get a diff out in your hand and then actually having it in your hand in under 30 seconds, which is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to make changing diffs a whole lot easier, and it also probably means we're going to be changing diffs a lot more.
Well, that's the other thing as well, isn't it? Because it isn't so arduous to do it, we'll probably be doing it, you'd be thinking, actually, I would like to just try that. Whereas at the minute you think, well, it's quite a bit of work to get the diff out. So no, I won't bother with that. I think you're going to be a nightmare with it. You'll be changing diffs every 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'll be
30. Sorry,
I'll be 2010 diff or 1018 all the time.
I think we should have a competition. I think we should start the way that we mean to go on, and we'll have you, myself, and Rumble see who can get the diff out quickest. Who's the fastest on the Hitachi?
Yes.
Set a record.
That would be good. And the coolest thing about it is, obviously no one's seen it yet, but the coolest thing is once you get to that point where you can take the diff out, you can also take the pinion gear out. So if you have a completely different set of driveline with 2010 gears in as opposed to 1018, it's a very quick swap, and being able to swap the pinion too. So you're always keeping that match set of gears, because you don't really want to put like a newer pinion with an older crown gear, because ultimately it can cause failure. So it's awesome.
Very good, very good.
Where are we on to now? Jonathan C is online. He said, "Evening, guys. Evening, legend."
Well, Jonathan C is our legend. He's the man behind all of the cleverness, really, doing all the design of the prototype car. So good to see you online.
There you go, and that is an exclusive too, because no one knows that to now.
We're letting it out.
You are letting it out tonight. You forgot about these NDAs.
Yes, exactly. I'll be streaking by the end of the show. Don't worry.
Sarah's online. Sarah Campbell, she says, "Evening, guys. Hope everyone is well. Craig's not watching, sadly. He's out shopping, as me and Connor had to isolate out of COVID jail tomorrow, though. So hope you're both doing well."
Good evening. Happy New Year. Yeah, good to hear that you're coming out of your lockdown, your mini lockdown stuff, and hopefully we'll see yourself and Craig trackside very soon.
So, yes. Casey Harrington, he's come back to us. He said, "All my 1/10 is Schumacher, one of the superiors over the pond. Thanks for the bit of news. Can't wait to jump in 8th with your brand." So it's good to hear.
Yeah, we'll be glad to welcome you aboard.
Definitely. Ivan says, "Lee, come into Bad MCC in June."
Yes.
I don't think I can.
What? Oh, does it clash with something?
Yeah, there's I think there's a 10th scale national. When's the date again?
I thought you said it clashed with something.
Yeah, when's the date?
I don't know, but if it clashes with a 10th scale national, that doesn't matter. We can miss one of those.
I'm pretty well. I know it definitely clashes with something. I just can't remember what it was.
Damn it!
I know. So we'll just have to check, and I hope to come. Like, man,
yes,
my bucket list race keeps eluding me. Mr. Shorey is online. I haven't seen Mr. Shorey for a while, so he says hello.
Good evening, Mikey boy. Good to see you online, mate, and be good to see you again very soon.
Yes, Mikey boy. I need to see your face. Lyndon is online. I've seen Lyndon's face, and it's a lovely one. He says, "Hi, Mike. Hope you're okay, my friend." Oh, he's talking to Shorey. I thought we'd changed our name.
Yes. I'll respond to Mike. It's no problem.
Yeah, why not? My instant thought was Craddock. I thought, well, we haven't changed to Craddock yet.
my instant thought was Hunt at the end of it, but there we go. That's my stupid mind.
Yeah, our old pleasurous Mike Hunt.
Exactly.
Vivos71 is online. He says, "Out of curiosity, who is the designer for a Gamma?" Now, well, I guess John can answer this one.
Well, it's a collective. I mean, historically, the owner of a Gamma also does the design. Very old school. Adrian Newey on the crowd, all hand drawn bits of pieces, and then it goes off to the CAD designer to interpret what he wants. And then with what we've got going on currently, we've got our JC who's online, the man with the talent, and then Leroy's heading up what's going on with that and the development of it, and the prototyping and testing, and then that involves myself some too. Also, Darren Warburton as well is getting pretty heavily involved with the last final bits and pieces at Oracle of Knowledge in 8th scale. So it's a real collaboration actually of quite a few minds.
Let's not forget our own in-house engineer, Mr. Rumble.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
And our previous engineer, Mr. Truman, also had a lot of input.
Yes, yeah, also true. Yeah, many people. Yes. It's been a pleasure actually to put it all together, and then ultimately the factory will finesse the last bits and pieces, which they're currently doing now. In terms of what we've been running is 3D printed. And so it's slightly different to what the production parts will be, because they'll come out of molds in different ways, and so they're doing that finessing. So it's a good group effort.
Yeah, it is indeed. Normandy Matthew says, "Bonsoir."
Bonsoir.
GW Racing's online, an old legend himself. He says, "Good evening, guys."
Good evening. Good evening.
Then we have a strange guy from Texas waving.
BT. We're going to be visiting BT shortly. See what he's up to.
Yes, and then Mr. Seabright is online. Good evening, chaps. Welcome back.
Good evening. Good evening.
Phil Trimmer is online. I didn't even know Phil was online when I was mentioning him earlier. Now I feel good about myself. So evening, Phil.
Maybe he's only just joined and didn't miss it. But yeah, good evening, buddy. We're still missing you.
Well, there'll be that 30-second delay that'll pull him right into the right area.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
And then Mr. Shorey says, "Get Billy on," and we might be way ahead of you there, Mr. Shorey.
Yes, is lined up and will be joining the show very soon. That was a long shout out to Leroy. It's great to see so many people online watching. Thank you very much for supporting us and our rambles. Again, this is something that Leroy came up with in the early days of lockdown to try and keep some sort of sanity, and we've tried to keep it going. It's good to be back doing it, and we're going to have lots of content coming up. We're going to have a big push each week. There's going to be videos coming, not live. We've got a good plan coming together for everybody. So yeah, stay tuned with what we're doing with that. Let's move on, Leroy, to some races. The first 3 races that we've had this year, because I'm a little bit behind on where I thought we were going to be at. The first one of the year, which was literally just after New Year's, and we had a nice big team, was at Westmill. So I was going to throw the photo up of the podium there. You're looking good there in P3. Nice stance on the podium there, mate. Would you like to tell us about what happened at that race?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. First one back. Hadn't raced for a while. I was a little bit rusty. I think the last race I'd actually done was at Hearts. So it was earlier in December, because I missed one just before Christmas as well, I think. So yeah, a little bit rusty with the old 8 scale. Done a few 10 scale races, but yeah, good fun to get back into it. We had a pretty good race. It was pretty close with Jamie up to TQ. Like, he was a little bit quicker. He'd been practicing hard with his new ride. As they do. He's always fast at Westmo anyway. Yeah, and then I had a big mistake early on in the finals, and Jamie drove this perfect race and enabled me to have a wicked battle with Lulu.
Yeah.
And then Lou, battling, like driving well to second. Like, he was a legend. He's definitely he's gelled with the car over the winter and got it to his liking with the help of Mr. Warburton. And it's going to be great to see him break some hearts this year. So yeah, overall good race. Lots of guys, from Nemo team, our youngsters, Eric and stuff, always showing us how good these young drivers are now. And it's going to be wicked to support them and make them even better.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to be back out, like you said, and great to see Lou up there. And also, like you said, really gelling with the car now over the winter, which is fantastic. That support coming in from Darren's going to continue through the Nationals as well. So, again, I think we've got a pretty good program lined up for how we're going to attack the National Championship this year. And it was the first congratulations to Jamie on 6 Mix Rubber and Piranha Fuel. That was awesome. We moved straight into our Saturday series round at Nemo the following weekend. We didn't get very lucky on the weather, it has to be said. We had 3 really big frosts in a row, and it kept just like refreezing the water that was around. And come the Saturday, we had the biggest frost of all. So once that thawed out, it was a mud bath, and the track was in a condition that we've not seen it before. Finally, actually managed to get through the oiled surface and down into the nitty gritty of the soil. And it looks quite cool. It looks like we've had a motocross event go on at the track. Yeah,
my car definitely thought we did.
Yeah. But it produced most of the guys stuck with it, which was cool to see. We wanted to try and put the race on. We got through it. It was a great final, really good final between you and Will Skidmore, who was running his new car after their change. Will won through, so that was a good result for him. You had just an unlucky wobble, didn't you? You got up to him and it was close and all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, Will took the win. You were second, and then Dom Nunn took third. Unfortunately for Dylan Saunders, he ran out of fuel on the last lap. He had been in third the whole race, so that was a bit of tough lines for him. But it was a good race. I haven't got a podium picture for that for whatever reason. Actually, quite sure why. Probably because I didn't take them that day.
Yeah, Rumble.
Yes, exactly. And Mr. Rumble's in Portugal, so I thought it was a bit mean to disturb him for a photo. So anyway, that was our Saturday series race, and then this weekend just gone, we were back at Westmill again for the next round. It comes thick and fast at Westmill every 2 weeks. For anyone that's not in the UK, this is the premier track in the UK, basically. And so it has a very, very active and good club scene. It also does all nationals and other bits and pieces too. So we're always trying to go there and support their races. And again, like we said earlier on, it was another win for Jamie, TQ in a win. Pretty impressive stuff, got to say. Funny final, how it all sort of panned out in the end. Dylan ended up taking the second place, which is good, particularly after the first half of the final. He was quite a bit further down the order, but various bits and pieces happened to others, and he came through and drove very well to take a second place. And Johnny took third. It was very, very close, I think, at the line between those two. And I think Simon Reeves as well actually was very close behind. But it was a very good event. Definitely the season felt like it had started at Westmill this weekend. On the Saturday, there was over 50 people there testing for the race on the Sunday. So it was super, super competitive. From our side, obviously, we didn't have yourself in operation. And Lou was also at a birthday party as well. So I think he was talking to God on the white telephone on the morning of a Sunday. So he wasn't going to be trackside, unfortunately.
He was doing what?
Talking to God on the white telephone, you know, being sick in the toilet.
I've never heard that one.
Have you not?
No.
Like I'm going to turn the bike round means I'm going to go and have a pee. I've got it from my mother. Me all these weird things, so I could carry on all night. But that's another show. So yeah, we were in action with still a good team. We obviously had our juniors there.
You've just gone incredibly loud compared to what you were.
Really? I don't think I've changed my voice. Maybe I have. Great showing from the juniors, both of them into the main final. We had Kev, as ever, the evergreen Kev, taken up fourth. I think he got wiped out early on, which probably hamstrung him a little bit. And then, as you know, we were there with a concept car, and really it was truly awesome. Felt like a big moment. It's a shame you weren't there, really. Just so good, so good. Unfortunately, I broke it. Landed badly off a jump on one of our handmade parts. Unfortunately, gave through. However, that same handmade part also was a big step forward over the weekend as well. So that's what we're out there doing. We're airing ourselves, aren't we? At the end of the day, we're making sure that we're testing and really doing it when it's relevant on tracks where, you know, everybody's racing at. We had our current British champion there at the weekend, Johnny Skidmore, and his brother Will, Jamie, etc., etc., etc. So I think it's really good to run it in those environments on hard tracks as well. Westmill's a tough track. So yeah, super pumped from the weekend, actually. Can't wait to get back out there and do some more, particularly so with yourself now as we move and transition you across to running more and more with a concept car. Obviously you run it loads anyway, but with your own one-out races is where I was going with that. So yeah, it was a great weekend, mate. Great weekend.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to transitioning over to the concept and then pushing forward, shall we say?
Exactly. One thing to note from Westmill, it may as well have been a controlled tyre race. To see, so to those Six Mix guys, they really have created a product when the conditions are right. You have to be on that. You don't put something else on and you just go a second a lap slower. So it was amazing to see.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit there, but I got the gist that it was basically a controlled tyre race. Everyone was on Six Mix. Magma, green or green?
Yeah, green or green.
Green or green. It's a bit too cold for blue at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see. I mean, we wanted a controlled tyre race, so we may as well just make our own.
Yes, nearly got there. Yeah. I'll just throw up into the stream on now we've finished with the races. Just a couple of new product stuff, and then we'll get Billy on the stream. Picture on the screen for anyone that's not seen it of the new Six Mix, tyre, which is called the Scratch. We have them in blue compound at the moment, and we'll have green coming up very soon too. Really great mix of their patterns, very Magma-esque on the side for that really good locked-in feeling, and then a hard-wearing middle area of that closed pin. That's also got that nice weave in it as well to open it up slightly. So I think it's going to be a great time, but like we said earlier on, Leroy, for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I think places like Blackpool and Shrewsbury, I think this is going to be the one.
Yeah,
You know, it's the harder wearing, slightly edgier to drive tracks where you might not want all the corner speed in the world, but you want that easier tire. I think that's going to be key. And plus, a lot of drivers, you know, might like a bit of an easier tire and
yeah,
not always be on the fastest tire, because some people like to drive around nice and cool, shall we say?
calmly.
Calmly, yes.
Calmly.
So yeah, I think that's going to be a great addition. It's a great blend. Yeah, buzzing.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Just complements everything, doesn't it?
Mm.
The next product I'm just throwing up, which you'll see in a few moments as well, buddy, is the new setup station from Six Mix that they've done, which is really cool and can be used for a multitude of things. As ever with their tools, they are proper multi-tools, like a Swiss Army knife. Now, this one, you've even got an app with this, which you can use to get your measurements and stuff as well, which is pretty cool. And these will be coming into stock soon. So yeah, again, another really cool product from Six Mix. Those guys are really knocking it out of the park at the moment.
Yeah, it looks nice bit of kit. I know I personally ordered one from Seb, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming.
What we should do when that arrives is definitely make a video of that, because it looks, I mean, I know all the different things it can do, but it's definitely a little bit daunting. So I think we could do a cool video of it for everybody. Would be helpful, but it's going to be expensive because it's quite a piece of equipment, and it's obviously got to be calibrated to some degree as well. But it will be well worth the investment, I think.
Yeah, man. I mean, everyone loves a bench setup, and this is going to be the best one.
Marvelous. Shall we throw, before we get Billy on, a couple of quick things on the concept car. The first one I'm just going to quickly show up, which is probably I shouldn't throw up because you can see too much detail of it. However, they have started to slightly multiply. So that is Leroy's nearly finished one next to my one that's been our sharer car that Leroy and myself have been doing all the driving with. So that's super exciting development again as we move forward with that platform to actually get multiples of them running. So just wanted to throw that up. So we've been very busy, although we've been quiet on YouTube. We've definitely not been quiet anywhere else. Me running it again at the weekend, so just throw that picture up as well. And we've got a little bit of a cool thing that our designer Mr. JC, threw into us tonight, which I think we should throw up. It's a little bit early for this sort of stuff, but we'll throw it up anyway because that's us. We like to take the risks. So we're into body shell design. We're working really hard on the aero. We're probably going to have two different versions of body shell for the car. One which will be a high downforce and one which will be a low downforce. Yeah, these are our initial ramblings that I'll just throw through just for a few seconds of each one of those. As you can see, we're excited by this, so we're trying to share it. We're doing it in a different way this time. Just being open with everybody and what we're doing and what we've got going on, and hopefully people are going to enjoy that and take it for what it's worth as we show our good stuff, and also we might air our bad stuff as well, like me breaking the car on the weekend, that sort of stuff.
That's it. And what people can see on this image is the blue one is effectively LMR FT as it is now, and as we move further forward we are basically into what we think the concept's going to look like. We're still at the latter stages of the confirmation of design, shall we say. But we're all pretty much liking the further down two bodies, the yellow one being my favorite. What are yours?
Yeah, yellow for me. I think it's really sculpted, and we're really bringing it in around the side guards and the radio tray, and taking some inspiration once again, like the whole car has, from Formula One, and not having any wasted packaging anywhere, and getting everything in as nice and tight as we possibly can, and using that aero. There's a lot of aero going on that shell, which is going to be very interesting as we move through this early design process and into getting some molds done and actually trying it as well.
Yeah, I mean, this car in its design is going to be very aero affected, because you're not going to have anything in the way to disturb that air. So we've taken the knowledge we've gained off gathering different bodies and testing our own and making our FT, and we put it into this body, as well as making it as low CG as possible. Because why wouldn't you when you have something of awesomeness. So
it's incredible the opportunities that it's actually bringing up for us, being able to get rid of the shock towers and everything else. I think all of us now, including myself, who used to be a non-believer, understand that the aero on these cars really do make a difference, and startlingly so. Sometimes some of the stuff we've tried on the laydown car with Leroy driving the car, and we've just been coming in and changing body shells, different shapes, some of our own, others, all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely wild the difference that it can make. So it's definitely an area that we're going to put a lot of focus into. And just like we've said, without those shock towers there, it gives us that opportunity to really explore what's happening and how it feeds up to the rear.
Are you back?
Have you lost me?
Oh, we lost you. Only for a split second. But yeah, Good. Exactly what John's saying is, the avenues it's allowed us to go down has been awesome. So, it gives you more to think about, and it's ultimately you have to make decisions on what's going to be best, and we hopefully have got it right.
Fingers crossed. We're trying hard. Just sent Billy the link, so hopefully he's going to be able to join us soon. That concludes our new products and also just updates on the N1. I think as we move through, we'll try and just always keep you guys involved for the ride on it. Obviously, we've got our current platforms, which are fantastic right now. The 319, I think, is in a place that is the best place it's ever been, which is what you'd hope as something comes towards its natural end of its life. Although there's still, I'm not trying to say it's discontinued or anything like that, but we're in a good place with what we've got, and a very good place with where we're going as well. And we will actually keep the 319 platform going, I think, as we move through. Certainly in the first year or so of transition, we always try and do that, make sure that everybody is, if they model now, it's still something they can enjoy for a long time to come. I can see a very good looking American just joining us at the bottom of the feed. So I'm going to try and bring him in. BT!
Cannot hear you at all. Let's see if I turn Bluetooth off.
I didn't know he started working in a lab.
How about now?
Can you hear me?
No. No audio from you guys at all. Sorry.
You look good.
Why?
Leroy, we need to go back to your traditional writing on pieces of paper. Do you remember that?
Of course.
Might be
write everything down.
Yeah. So you can't hear us, BT. I've got a cunning plan to fix this.
Yeah.
1 second.
John.
I've got a plan. There. So this is my plan. If I've dialed into you, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, so I can hear you, but now the feed can't.
Why didn't you kick him and then let him come back in?
I'll try taking you out and popping you back in. One sec. Leroy, can you hear me still?
Yeah, we're all good over here. I'm just laughing at Pixel 4 John Man Paul's comment.
You save that while I try and save the guest feature.
Yeah, you try and save that. Peter Kelly's online. He said, "Evening all. I'm late to the party." You are, Peter, mate. Yes, you are. Sorry, you've missed all the good stuff.
You can hear now.
I can hear you now. Yeah, absolutely.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you guys?
Lee's winding us up now.
Oh.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You're looking like you've lost some weight. Are you on sort of a plan, or what's going on?
I've just been trying to actually pedal a bicycle around instead of just jumping off of stuff.
I have seen some of that, and you've managed to stay away from trees.
I have. I have been unconscious one time since the last time we spoke. Yeah.
Good work.
I definitely developed a fear of riding in gusts of wind. So yeah, that was a tough lesson to learn.
I can
Good
imagine.
work.
Luckily, I don't remember falling, so it didn't really frighten me too much.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's 50-50.
Well, you're looking good, man.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
Trying,
you've definitely
trying
got some
see,
timber.
cannot see you guys at all right now. This is my accepting my my stat.
I think you look better with them on.
Well, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I would agree with Leroy. So tell us, what we've done the Happy New Year. How's USA? How are we doing? What's been occurring over with you in the first 22?
Things are relatively slow right now, I guess, with racing. We just had the SIC race, which is the normal first race of the year for us. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. Brandon was there. I think had some issues in both nitro classes, but ended up getting a 6th in e-buggy, in the A2 of e-buggy after unfortunately breaking in the first e-buggy race. I think he ended up 8th overall, but definitely was on pace with the big boys and mixing it up for sure. So, just a standard Brandon performance like he always does. We can count on him. Yeah. But yeah, things are it's raining here now. We're finally getting our English winter. Maybe for a couple of days.
Nice.
Yeah, things are normal. Pretty good.
Good, man. I mean, Brandon's been killing it. I enjoyed watching the SIC. I hoped that he would get up there in the nitro, but yeah, what happened in the final? Do you know?
Hit pit lane. Yeah,
Was he
pit
trying
lane.
to go in?
Usually the way pit lane gets, and this is not a criticism on the promoters and the track builder or anything like that, but so they're limited in space. So let's say if the front straight is 15 feet wide, pit lane gets put inside of that 15 feet. So it'll be 15 feet at the entrance and the exit of the front straight, but 12 feet in the center. So sometimes these guys will have a tendency to swing out wide and not always make it back in front. And unfortunately, Brandon was one of those guys at this race. And that's what happened in the nitro race. So a movable object met movable object, and
it doesn't go so well generally.
No, even our car will succumb to hitting a big metal object full speed.
Yes. Oh, that's disappointing for him, but he was on pace, and that's what matters.
Yeah, he really loves the cars and is just pushes them as far as he can. So pretty good there.
It's going to be exciting to see where he ends up, because clearly, he's a young kid as well, or young man.
Right.
He's not at his peak yet, so it's going to be very interesting to see where that ends up.
Sure. I mean, he's still in school and hasn't dedicated a full time's worth of time to this. Technically part time, I suppose.
Yeah, good stuff. So what's next on the agenda, buddy? Where are we firing off to next?
February is probably going to be a pretty slow month in terms of big races that we attend. I mean, Nitro Challenge happens. We've gone every year for many years, but March looks really intense from a travel standpoint, with nationals having been moved up a month. Moved up into March, and we have a lot of Texas races that also happen in late February and March. So, we'll probably just sit here through February and figure out a plan for March, which is going to be pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Be interesting with nationals being so early. Hopefully, the weather and everything cooperates, and it's at an outdoor Arizona this year.
I hadn't I hadn't noticed, or I hadn't seen that it had been brought that far early. That's really early, isn't it? In March.
Yeah, I think they did that. I mean, I don't have any firsthand information, but I think it's just because of the temperatures that they typically get in Arizona summer. They moved it into the spring to try to get some cooler temperatures, so that we'll all be, pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time in Arizona around March doing the Cactus Classic for like 15 years.
Sure.
It's always nice. Sometimes a little cold at night, especially, I guess, where you're going to be. It's going to be cold.
Which would be great. Love it. Love those places where we get cold nights and warm days. Doesn't happen much here. Normally hot all day, hot all night, or cold all day and cold all night. Yeah, we're one or the other, pretty heavy here. I mean, it was 5 and sunny yesterday, and I think 4 days ago it was 30 degrees. So I know that doesn't mean much to you guys, but probably 0 to 20. Like that's the pretty standard Texas temperature swing.
That's wild. I'm surprised you're always ill with that sort of big change between highs and lows.
That's because no one in Texas goes outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm outdoors every day. I don't know about
yeah, but you don't.
You're
count.
unique.
Yes, exactly. You're all one off.
That's true. That's true. For better or for worse, there's only one.
Always for better. Always for better. We need to decide as well. Would love to have you over for our Easter race. I'd love to have Brandon over for our Easter race as well. But there's something coming in August that we can't talk about at the moment. That may mean that you come for the August one, but something to think about. Would be great to get Brandon out to the UK and to our home at Nemo Raceway. That would be cool to see.
Yeah, no, we just need to decide which one we want to do, and I love it over there, so I'll stay for an obscene amount of time, I'm sure, just like last time.
You just want to eat the breakfast, the English breakfast. That's what it's all about.
Right, and maybe a key to the front door this time.
Maybe a key to the front door, or possibly, well, yeah, a key to the front door would fix most issues, I guess.
Yeah, or I'll bring a jacket.
Yes, or
drink more
on what we do with the door if it's a bit sticky.
Yeah, I've learned. That was a hard lesson, wasn't it? Oh well.
Yeah,
it makes memories, which is what it's all about, buddy. At the end of the day,
a key wouldn't have changed anything in that situation.
No, exactly.
It might not have. It might.
Good stuff. So we would like to try and check in with you regularly as we start getting back into the swing of doing these lives, buddy. I think it's good. I know often you're trackside as well, so we could get some trackside stuff going on with you too if you fancy that.
And we should be getting into where we have more racing here somewhat regularly. Right now, just the weather is so unpredictable. We had a race scheduled for 2 weeks ago, and the forecast looked great. And then I think it was 75 degrees on Friday and 40 degrees on Sunday. So we literally went from like 25 to 0 in 2 days, and nobody wants to be out here in 20-mile-an-hour winds and 0. So, we just kind of look at the weather and try as best we can to make some things happen.
Yeah, man. No, it sounds good. And I was saying earlier on to the guys, we're going to really start hitting the videos hard again. With setup advice and stuff like that. We're going to be having stuff coming from this side of the pond. We're going to be having stuff coming from your side of the pond too as well. So there's going to be a lot of content out there for the guys that are into our brands, cars, engines, tires. We're going to be trying to cover as much stuff as we can and give everybody as much information as we can. So I'm looking forward to doing those with you.
Sounds like a good time.
Sounds good. Right, I'm going to cut you loose, buddy. We're going to finish off the show for any questions on the side, and I'll catch you very soon.
Sounds good. Bye.
Stay safe, buddy.
See you, man.
That was good.
Legend.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So I think, Leroy, we're going to try and keep this into under an hour in this new format, so we don't get too carried away. We haven't got Mumbles with Rumbles because he's busy in Portugal. More Rumbles. So have we got any questions that we need to cover? I've got one.
I think one that we should cover is from Sylvan. It says, are you coming to the 6 Mick Cup on April 1, 2, 3?
April 1, 2, 3.
E-Buggy National, Blackpool.
Oh, that's a shame. Probably not in that case. Obviously, we make sure that we commit into supporting all of the national rounds for e-buggy, truck, and nitro. So that's a shame that clashes. But let's see. We'll talk on and see whether we can do a split effort, maybe somehow. So maybe.
Work it out. We'll work it out. We hope to. We hope to support them all.
It's an awesome track, that, buddy. By the way, where that's at.
Is it?
I've been there once before. It was very good track.
Nice. Marcus Butler says, any truggy news, like a full electric kit, since the conversion has been discontinued? Well, the conversion is not discontinued as such, is it?
Behind in the schedule of everything that we've got going on to get more of them out. It's not discontinued as such just yet. Just difficult for us to get. And it's like everything. I mean, one of the benefits that we have, I think, as a brand, is that we are small and we're personable, and it's almost like a family environment. One of the harder sides of that is when you've got multiple projects on the go. It's difficult to get everything out as such. And see, it's a big year for us with all of the platforms, and the truck platform is definitely not forgotten. That's all I'll say in what we've got going on. So yeah, you can read between the lines on that one, but the truck class is very important to us. I'm aware of the issue with the supply of the electric stuff for the truck, and we're trying to work through some scenarios to see if it's over the hump until we get into the next platform of truck.
Yep, definitely. And then last question I'm going to do tonight, Andy B. Thoughts on Slough having to change to Hearts for the Nationals?
It's a difficult subject for me, that one, and I can't talk through it properly. All I can say is it's a shame that we're not going to Slough on one hand, because it is the natural home of RC. However, much more important things have come up for them to deal with. And moving forward, I know Matt, he is one of ours really. Matt Reed is going to take over as chairman of the Slough Club. So there was just a moment of time where it was difficult for them to commit in national this year. So it's rightfully changed. And of course, Hearts is as I said earlier on, it's the best track that we have in the UK. And so it's, absolutely great to be going there for a national. It's close to our heart. We're there every 2 weeks almost. We've won lots there. In most recent times with Leroy, he won the last national there. So we were initially disappointed when it wasn't on the calendar for that reason, because our stuff works really good there. And so, yeah, happy to be going back there. I'd have been happy to go to Slough too as well. And hopefully we will in the future. I think if we get to a position in the UK where we have enough good tracks or more than we have national rounds, then that's also cool. We'll have to just take it in turns and sometimes not have a national, ourselves included at Nemo Raceway. I think it works well for the French. They do that. They've got so many good tracks. They rarely go to the same national tracks 2 years in a row. So yeah, I hope Slough comes back to full, participation, and hope that we've got Westmill and hope we've got yourselves up at Blackpool and Pendle. I think you're involved with Pendle as well now. So yeah, the more the merrier, really.
Yep, definitely.
I had one question that somebody had asked us, one of our guys had asked us, and it was to do with the development of the next e-buggy car. Obviously the 319 E and EP is a great platform. Again, we're out there winning races with those things. Leroy, you're current national champion with that platform too. So yeah, it's not going anywhere, soon. We're still trying to push through and get those in the hands of people that want them. But equally, obviously, with the product development that we've got going on the nitro side, there's a huge amount of crossover to the electric side as well. And so, yeah, there will be absolutely for sure a lay down electric buggy. There's works going on with that, and it's going to be exciting. And yeah, I'm sure we'll share along the road. We're going to be running an electric version of the concept car very shortly, anyway. So yeah, it's going to be a big year with that release scheduled as well.
Cool.
That's it. So normally at this bit, I think we hand over to you, mate, to do a sign out. We've kept it under. Surprising that we managed to do that in the first instance, and we've still got a decent amount of people watching as well. So thank you very much. We'll get better as we get back into the flow of it, no doubt. So yeah, Leroy, let's sign it out.
Yes, let's do it. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, go and do so. Why not? Then you can see when we're going to have our lovely faces back online. Give us a thumbs up. We don't like too many dislikes, you know. No one likes too many dislikes. But if you want to put a thumbs up, that's absolutely fine, and we'd love you to do so. Other than that, I think I should mention that we still have our deal on that if you buy any Agama kit through either us or one of our partners, you get free track time for a year. Practice days for anytime you want to come to the track, just pre-book with us and just let us know, and you can come and run on Nemo Raceway completely free of charge with your Agama racing kit.
Exactly, and more often than not, you'll find myself or Lee or Mark there, and we're there to help out and make sure you get the most out of your kit as well. So hopefully that's got some good value for you guys. So yeah, come and get involved with us. It's going to be an exciting 2022. Come and join in now. Let's go.
Yep, that's it. Bingo.
And when are we doing the next one of these, Leroy? What did we decide?
I think we were going to do. We decided. Well, we said we were going to do one of these monthly. What do people think? I mean, we should do a poll on Facebook tomorrow and see what people think, and then decide from there.
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe every 2 weeks, maybe a month. Yeah, let's do a poll and let's see what everybody wants, and we'll go with what the majority say.
Yeah, that's it.
Good man. I hope you're going to enjoy your 0% lager some more. And I'm going to go to the cellar and find another bottle of red wine and see the night out.
Nice.